Hello, everyone. Good morning and good time of day, wherever it is where you're calling in from today. So, I just want to say I appreciate everyone's presence and choice to be here this morning. As we continue to move with these times, um, continuing in another wave that we're in here of things progressing, it takes a real discipline and a commitment to show up for oneself like this every day. So I think it's a beautiful gift of our community, and I just love watching everybody come on. It lets me know I've got something to rest into. So just lovely to see all of you. So I wanted to share this morning that I'm delighted it's getting cooler. I get to put on a scarf. That's a big deal in San Diego, right? Like not known for our formal winter gear, but really enjoying the crispness and enjoying the light, the changes of light that are happening. We get very, very, at this time of year, it's kind of the unknown thing about San Diego. The best time to travel here is end of October and November, if you're not attached to it needing to be warm, because the skies are just crystal clear. I mean, they're just blue, and the cloudscapes are amazing. So I just wanted to share this morning on feeling into the rhythms that are here and that are changing around us, the outer rhythms around us, and how we can settle into those, be present to those, but that how those outer rhythms actually affect our inner rhythms. And so practicing this morning with a connection to that possibility through our practice in which we can rest into, and how that might support us. So rhythms are in everything in life. It doesn't, really go without saying. If you reflect over the course of your life, there have been different seasons, rhythms of the way you move through your life. Traditional sense of the way of looking at rhythms through the actual seasons themselves. And then there's experiences in our life that happen that create different rhythms, for pursuing something new, or we're kind of in a transition time. I would say COVID also has created, I know at least for myself, its own rhythm. And, and it changes too. It's been changing if we look back over the last 8 months now, 9 months. So important for us to really feel into the energy of those rhythms, to respect what's happening around us, conditions that we're in, and how that influences our own inner rhythm. And I wanted to read a quote by an indigenous teacher named Rolling Thunder. This quote offers that all life is a circle. The atom is a circle, orbits are circles, the earth, moon, and sun are circles, the seasons are circles. The cycle of life is a circle, baby, youth, adult, elder. The sun gives life to the earth, who feeds life to the trees, whose seeds fall to the earth to grow new trees. We need to practice seeing the cycles that the Great Spirit gave us, because this will help us more in our understanding of how things operate. We need to respect these cycles and live in harmony with them. But that last part that I'm really touched by, when we respect these cycles and the harmonies that are in them, we can really live more skillfully in our lives. And with our practice, this is what we have the possibility of attuning to. We can develop this subtle attention to not just, the lights changed and the cooler, crisp air is here, but how does that really reflect and be experienced within our own mind, bodies, and hearts? And how do we open up to more sensitively connect to that? So I think when we get in the busyness of our lives, it could be, just kind of going on the routine, like, well, this is the thing I do today, and so I do it today, instead of really listening to our inner experience of what's actually our own rhythm in relationship to what's going on in life, and how do we find a reciprocity with that and make choices from that standpoint. So I know for myself, I've been in a transition in the last 3 to 4 weeks of my own life that by its nature requires one to be more reflective, slow, grateful. And so as I'm settling into feeling that within my body, I can attune in nature in the way that she's reflecting that back to me as well. And I was recalling some experiences from my childhood that, you know, when we're kids, just kind of don't have all these constructions that we're trying to reorganize or relate to differently. But I remember I grew up in the Central Valley of California, so it's known for agriculture. And at this time of year, you know, the harvest is done. And as kids, we would go and my family owns a farm, and we would go and we would play in these giant wooden boxes that they would put the fruit in for the summers. And they would be stacked really high, and we'd jump around in them and, you know, make up different stories, different experiences, and then run through all of the orchards, you know, tagging and playing. And the smells is actually what I was remembering at that time of the year, because they put the fruit down on the earth and it's decaying actually. And it's creating this really beautiful actual scent of the rich nutrients going back into the earth. And that smell is really prevalent. And with some of the transitions in my own life at this moment, that's been a really helpful reminder that, you know, nature is doing that too. That's part of the life cycle, the experience of being in different rhythms and seasons. And how can I smell or feel into the sweetness of that? So thank you for the earbud touching my scarf. Thank you for that, Tara. We'll see if we can get warm and handle that at the same time. You guys can let me know if that's better. And so how can we really feel into our inner landscape, what's here, and be in connection to what's around us, and really take the fruits, take the sense of what feels wholesome or healthy for us to be able to tend to ourselves and make choices with in our lives. So that is what I wanted to teach and share on this morning. And so we'll be practicing together. And somebody's asking me to clarify my name. It is Rochelle with an O. Lots of different ways to spell that, but I answer to all different versions of it. So I will be guiding us in this practice, but again, even if you're indoors, we can still feel into the rhythm of the experience of being indoors, and particularly the way your home feels at this time of the day, at this time of the year, in this particular current condition and climate that we're in. So allowing yourself to find whatever supports your posture. Is that a little better? Am I not scratching? Can somebody give me a thumbs up that that's a little better? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. All right, so settling into your posture, settling into the place that you're in. And with the sound of the bowl, you can let the eyes close or find a gaze point to let your eyes rest into. Arriving together into this practice. Letting your body settle into the posture. Feeling that shift. Often a very sweet shift when we know we're choosing to begin practice. And so as we begin this practice, I want to invite you to really allow yourself to arrive into the environment, into the particular place that your body is residing. allowing yourself to invite the senses to attune to what's here. Particularly, you may want to allow the eyes to be open for this or not, but just sensing into this environment and getting present to the light landscape in your particular place. How is the light permeating its way into this moment? The light is part of a cycle, a rhythm. So maybe you're feeling the brightness or the cusping, if it's a morning sun and light. And maybe it's the midday full experience of light. Maybe a later point in the day. And as you begin to allow yourself to feel and sense that particular rhythm of the day, let yourself also begin to attend to the natural surroundings with you and what the rhythm around you is expressing. You can sometimes feel this in the movements of life, the way birdsong might express, or human mechanical sounds moving through the rhythm of the day. And we might just get curious about the quality of the air. Air is an amalgamation of all of these conditions and invites us to feel what particular rhythm is here. Is it a stillness of the air, moistness, maybe more charge or movement in it, intensity? And really allowing yourself to feel this in all directions, how it's sensed above you, to the sides of you, to the back of you, and beneath you. And then now allowing yourself to shift inwardly, to feel how these outer rhythms here present in this moment are being received by the body, by the mind and the heart. And so settling your attention into the inner landscape now. As you begin to arrive to your inner conditions, just seeing if you can attune to the rhythms that are here. There's the rhythm of the mind, one that's a bit jumpy, busy, activated. There's the body feeling quiet, slow, still. Even feeling into the rhythm of the heart. Emotional tones having a particular rhythm to them. Intense, subtle, vibrant, dull. And as you arrive into these conditions, letting yourself be curious about exploring them in this body. Allow yourself to really feel into the movement, sensations, energies that are here. Conditions change moment to moment. And we can feel these rhythms, whether they invoke excitement, quietness, ease, energy. And so you can choose to allow yourself to feel into these inner rhythms, present, curious, allowing your awareness to feel the subtleness of these movements within the mind, body, heart. Feeling and sensing how that is connected to around the body, the outer experience of rhythms. Maybe you want to be a bit more intentional with this practice to really explore particular parts of the body. So I'll invite you to choose what feels best. Might you want to really attend through the sensory doorways, feeling those rhythms. The exchange that moves back and forth, outer, inner. Or maybe you want to allow the awareness to really sweep through the entirety of the body. Full body awareness to this experience of attuning to the rhythms that are here. Maybe starting with your head, the upper body, torso, lower body, and so getting curious for you as you practice. Can you explore feeling these experiences inwardly, inner rhythms that are here? Watching them unfold moment to moment. And then dipping the awareness back into the outer rhythms around you. Attuning in that way. outer landscape and how its moving conditions, rhythms are unfolding. And so as your practice unfolds, you might choose to stay more inward, stay more outward, or feel that rhythm of moving in and out. So in this way we practice together, and tuning to the natural, beautiful, unfolding rhythms within and all around. Letting go of the mind needing to figure out the rhythm, seeing if you can really feel it in the presence of movement, energy, sensation. and what's present here in this moment, this rhythm. There's some place inwardly that needs your attuned presence. Respectfully meeting whatever the rhythm is. And what are you present to now? The mind feels drifty, wandering, analyzing. That has a rhythm to it too. So we can be curious about vibrations, the exchanges of movement, energy, pulls, expressions in this inner landscape. Kindly, gently, meeting what's here. Maybe you choose to become curious about how the rhythms around us and within us, as we're all made of nature and are of nature, aren't separate. So your beautiful inner rhythms connected to all of the beautiful outer rhythms. So rising and falling into symphony and concert. In exchange, moment to moment. And as we move into the last few minutes of this practice, just resting, letting these experiences of rhythms be here to ride in the waves of movement, vibrations, energies of it. So as we close, just appreciating the goodness of your practice. Appreciating the rhythms that you're attuned to. What's here to support you to listen more deeply into. And then we'll close with just an appreciation and a gratitude for every being that chooses these rhythms of this particular Sangha to show up and be present to every day. Gratitude for each being respecting that within themselves to support the community. So I'd love to invite just a few shares into the chat box. What rhythms are here with you? What did you notice? Sharing our rhythmic support, presence with one another. Yeah. So I'm happy to read the poem again, or the quote, from Rolling Thunder. All life is a circle. The atom is a circle, orbits are circle, the earth, moon, sun are circles, seasons are circles. Cycle of life is a circle, baby, youth, adult, elder. The sun gives life to the earth, who feeds life to the trees, whose seeds fall to the earth to grow new trees. We need to practice seeing these cycles that the Great Spirit gave us, because this will help us more in our understanding of how things operate. We need to respect these cycles and live in harmony with them. Yeah. Raindrop meditation. Yes. Yeah. I'm glad my garden provides so much joy for you all too. It does for me. I don't know if you heard a particular rhythm during our practice this morning, but I have a hawk that has found his or her way. She or he frequents a few times a year, but this is a time that they've arrived back, and it's very interesting to hear all the birds' sounds change as the hawk is about to arrive and as it arrives and as it leaves. So it's a really good reminder of entrance of intensity. Yeah. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. So I just want to remind us of two things. One, actually a couple of things. You can go to my site if you'd like. I have a class coming up on the 21st, Healing with Nature. This particular practice that I led is part of that course, happens towards the end of it. And you can check out all kinds of other cool stuff that I'm doing or offering if you're interested. But then also that, as Mark mentioned yesterday, all these teachings, all of us are showing up to offer in generosity. So if you can contribute to the Sangha, you can go to the Awaken the Wild page and either donate or offer dana to Mark or to the teachers on the weekend. And the teachers on the weekend, this weekend will be Lee. Lee will be with us tomorrow morning, and she's from the East Coast. So she'll be bringing her East Coast beautiful presence. And then I will be back with you on Sunday. It is my turn to teach again this weekend with our Sangha. So, yes. Ooh, somebody has snow falling. So you should check out Evelyn's screen for sure. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah. So, yeah, just really allowing yourself to feel into the rhythm. So what's inner and outer today as this weekend unfolds. Take some time to feel into the supportiveness of that. And I will be with you Sunday, and Mark will be back on Monday. So have a lovely weekend, however it unfolds, and I will see you all Sunday.